Here are the individual placings from each one of our judges now in the 3-year-old Hunter under saddle. Selections for Rhonda Replogle. First place, entry number 1008, All Rise, shown by Joy Wheeler, owned by Elizabeth Roberts Brewer from Wilson, North Carolina. Second place, number 1703, is Living Large, shown by Shannon Gillespie, owned by Marwig and Gillespie, De Pere, Wisconsin. In third place, entry number 1262, I've Heard It All, ridden by Jamie Murrow, owned by Susan Giroux from Longmont, Colorado. Fourth place, entry 1958, Call for a Good Time, shown by Sanessa Gooding, owned by Allison Connor from Belmont, New Hampshire. In fifth place, 1713, One Fancy Limousine, ridden by Karen Qualls, owned by Kurt Ulaw from Eureka, California. Placing sixth, entry number 1699, All in Lights, shown by Tracy Patterson, owned by All in Lights Partnership, Ontario, Canada. Here are the placings now for Judge Karen Bannister. First, entry number 1703 is Living Large, Shannon Gillespie in the irons. Second place, 1958, Call for a Good Time with Sanessa Gooding in the irons. Placing third, number 1008, All Rise, shown by Joy Wheeler. Placing fourth, number 1262, I've Heard It All, shown by Jamie Murrow. And in fifth place, number 1713, One Fancy Limousine with Karen Qualls in the irons. Sixth place, number 1040, I Want That One, shown by Katie Jo Davis, owned by Tracy Hall from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Now the placings for Judge Tom Macbeth. First place, entry number 1008, All Rise, shown by Joy Wheeler, owned by Elizabeth Roberts Brewer. In second place, number 1262, I've Heard It All, Jamie Murrow for Susan Giroux. Third place, 1958, Call for a Good Time, Sanessa Gooding for Allison Connor. In fourth place, number 1556, Time for More Chocolate, shown by Mason Lyon, owned by Foxfield Farms, LLC from Aurora, Oregon. In fifth place, 1519, Zip Me All the Time, Nancy Smith for Rock and Bar S, LLC from Magnolia, Texas. Placing sixth, number 1703, is Living Large, Shannon Gillespie for Marwig and Gillespie. Lisa Modine, first place. Entry number 1008, All Rise. In second place, number 1262, I've Heard It All. Placing third, number 1958, Call for a Good Time. Placing fourth, number 1713, One Fancy Limousine. Fifth place, number 1040, I Want That One. And placing sixth is number 1699, All in Lights. Now the placings for Teresa Sullivan. She chose first. Entry number 1008, All Rise with Joy Wheeler. Second place, number 1262, I've Heard It All with Jamie Murrow. Placing third, 1958, Call for a Good Time with Sanessa Gooding. Fourth place, 1699, All in Lights, shown by Tracy Patterson. Fifth place, number 1040, I Want That One, shown by Katie Jo Davis. And in sixth place, number 1713, One Fancy Limousine, shown by Karen Diamond H Construction and Kristen Lair's Show Horses, the sponsors for the 3-year-old Hunter under saddle. We congratulate World Show finalist, entry number 1279, She's Got the Swagger, shown by Michelle Tucker, owned by Savannah Grizzoppi from Plant City, Florida. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust. Bred by Kimberly Bastariccia from Cle Elum, Washington. She's Got the Swagger is sired by All Time Fancy out of Stockbrokers Phantom. World Show finalist, She's Got the Swagger. Congratulating 10th place at the World Show in the 3-year-old Hunter under saddle. It is entry number 1146. Is Almost Fancy. Shown by Julie Thompson Martell. Owned and bred by Christine Pugh from Turner, Oregon. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust is Almost Fancy. Sired by Almost Too Fancy out of Electric Black Ice. Placing 10th is Almost Fancy with Julie Thompson Martell. 9th place overall in the 3-year-old Hunter under saddle. Entry number 1556. Time for More Chocolate with Mason Lion in the irons. Owned by Foxfield Farms LLC from Aurora, Oregon. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust and bred by Carrie Lee Dennis from Prescott Valley, Arizona. This horse was sired by Roses and Chocolate out of Artful All the Time. Time for More Chocolate. Placing 9th. Now congratulating in 8th place, entry number 1519, Zip Me All the Time with Nancy Smith in the irons, owned by Mare-Res LLC, Magnolia, Texas. Zip Me All the Time was bred by Brad Perkins of Thomas, Oklahoma. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust. Sired by All Time Fancy out of Delicately Zipped. Placing 8th in the 3-year-old Hunter under saddle, Zip Me All the Time. Placing 7th overall and 5th in the Southern Belle. Entry number 1699, All In Lights with Tracy Patterson in the irons. All In Lights is owned by All In Lights Partnership from Ontario, Canada. Bred by Lisa Beth Novacek from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust, All In Lights is sired by All Time Fancy out of the Dam, Peters Patty. 7th overall, 5th in the Southern Belle. All In Lights, Tracy Patterson for the All In Lights Partnership. Now congratulating 6th place overall, 5th place in the NSBA, entry number 1040, I Want That One, with Katie Joe Davis in the irons. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust and bred by Jim McKay Hudson from Chandler, Arizona, I Want That One is owned by Tracy Hall from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Sired by All Time Fancy out of She's Miss California. Placing 6th overall and 5th in the NSBA. Now congratulating in 5th place overall, 4th place in the NSBA, and 4th place in the Southern Belle. Entry number 1713, One Fancy Limousine, shown by Karen Qualls, owned and bred by Kurt Law from Eureka, California. Nominated to the Breeders' Trust, sired by All Time Fancy out of St. Patty's Tall Tale. 5th place receiving the monogrammed halter and lead, courtesy of Big D Products. Placing 5th place overall, 4th place in the NSBA, and 4th in the Southern Belle. One Fancy Limousine. Now placing 4th overall, 3rd in the NSBA, and 3rd in the Southern Belle. Entry number 1703 is Living Large, shown by Shannon Gillespie, owned by Marweg and Gillespie from De Pere, Wisconsin. Bred by the 3D Partnership, Bluegrass, Iowa. Living Large is sired by These Irons Are Hot out of Quit Staring. Also receiving the monogrammed halter and lead, courtesy of Big D Products. This is Living Large with Shannon Gillespie for Marweg and Gillespie, placing 4th overall, 3rd in the NSBA, and 3rd in the Southern Belle. Now congratulating in 3rd place, entry number 1958, Call for a Good Time, shown by Sonessa Gooding, owned by Allison Connor from Belmont, New Hampshire. Call for a Good Time is also nominated to the Breeders' Trust, was bred by Dustin Alexander out of Greenville, South Carolina. Call for a Good Time, sired by All Time Fancy out of the Dam, Zips, Cookies, and Cream. Receiving the monogrammed halter and lead as well, courtesy of Big D Products, the collapsible chair from Marielle. Placing 3rd overall, Call for a Good Time, Sonessa Gooding for Allison Connor, Belmont, New Hampshire. Now we congratulate the Reserve World Champion, the Reserve winner in the NSBA, and the Reserve winner in the Southern Belle. It is entry number 1262, I've Heard It All, shown by Jamie Murrow. Owned and bred by Susan Giroux from Longmont, Colorado. I've Heard It All is nominated to the Breeders' Trust and sired by All Time Fancy out of Dancin' in the Truck. Receiving the Reserve World Champion Gis Buckle thanks to the sponsor of this class, Diamond H Construction and Kristen Lair Show Horses. Receiving the Reserve World Champion jacket courtesy of the APHA in Tioga Territory. A gift certificate for Purina's Premium Feeds as well. Congratulations to Reserve World Champion, I've Heard It All, Jamie Murrow for Susan Giroux of Longmont, Colorado. Now join me in congratulating 2012 World Champion in the 3-year-old Hunter Under Saddle, also the NSBA winner and placing first in the Southern Belle. It is entry number 1008, All Rise, shown by Joy Wheeler. Owned and bred by Elizabeth Roberts Brewer from Wilson, North Carolina. All Rise is nominated to the Breeders' Trust and sired by All Time Fancy out of In Good Company. Our winner receives the World Champion buckle, the World Champion jacket, the travel chair from the Paint Horse Journal, and the gift certificate for Purina's Premium Feeds. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulate World Champion 3-year-old in Hunter Under Saddle, All Rise, shown by Joy Wheeler, owned by Elizabeth Roberts Brewer from Wilson, North Carolina.